Let's take a look at this medium LeetCode problem. Number 452, minimum number of arrows to burst balloons. Basically, you have an array of balloons and you're given the x start and x end values of the balloons. So the x start value would be the left here and the end would be the right. The y values don't really matter because you shoot arrows, the arrows go vertically up, so it crosses every y value. And this is an example here, and this would be a representation of the balloons. So just by looking at this, you could tell, well, these balloons are grouped together, so one arrow could cross them. And then here, these two are grouped, so another arrow could pop both of them. So for this example, 2 arrows would be needed to pop all of the balloons. So we want to figure out how we could represent this in code. Okay. So a good way to do this would be to sort this input array by the second value here so that we get the right side like so. So we have them in order like this: 1, 6, 2, 8, 7, 12, and 10, 16. Then for the first balloon, we send the arrow on the right side of the balloon like so. So for example, this balloon, we pop it here, and then we count how many balloons are also crossed by this arrow. So that would include the second balloon here. And then we go to the next. Go to the right side, and then see that this other balloon is also popped. So let's see how we could represent that in code. So to sort the array, points is the array, and then we could add the sort function. But if we do that, it'll sort by the left value here. We want to do it by the second value. So we include key lambda So we say we want to use the 1 value instead of the 0 value. So then if I just put an example here, print points just to see. You could see that the array is sorted by the second value in the array here. Now what we want to do is creating an answer variable. This is the variable that we return. And then another variable, which is the arrow position. So now we create a for loop for balloon in points. And I'll make left and right balloon 0 and balloon 1. So to start it out, if the left side of the balloon, or I guess if answer is equal to 0, this is the initial condition, add one arrow and make the arrow position equal to the right side of the balloon. But also, we want to add another arrow if the previous balloon, the left side, is outside of the arrow range. So to represent that here, we sort the balloons, then we check. Go to the for loop. So balloon here, left and right are these values here. So left is here, right is here. Since this is the first balloon, answer is equal to 0. Add 1 to answer. Then arrow position is here. On to the next. This balloon here, left and right. Since left is less than arrow, then we move on. We don't need to add 1 to the answer. Next balloon. Left is greater. So then we add another one, keeping a tally here. And then we set the current arrow position to the right here. Again, left and right. Left is less than the arrow position. So then we ignore it, and then we get to the end of the array. So we're left with 2. And let's run this. Okay, and let's submit. We pass the test cases. And there we go, accepted. So for this, time complexity is O of n log n. Because we use the sort in the beginning, and space complexity is just O of 1. We don't add, we just have these variables. We don't have any new arrays or anything like that. So I would say this is a pretty simple but kind of challenging LeetCode problem to get at first. But once you understand the general idea, then it's pretty easy to solve.